in the age of AI. First, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Novita and I will host you for today event. Now, let please welcome our special guest for today. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso as a Rector of STEKOM University, Indonesia. To the Honorable Mr. Gayathri as an Assistant Professor, Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science from St. Joseph Institute of Technology, India. Welcome to the Honorable Miss Dr. Adila Ismail as a Senior Lecturer, Communication Department, Faculty of Business and Communication from University of Malaysia, Perlis. And to the Honorable Mr. Anchit Jhamb as an Assistant Professor, Department of Business, Chandigarh Group of College, Jhanjeri, India. And welcome to the Honorable Mr. Jogatama Purhita as a lecturer Visual Communication Design Department from STEKOM University, Indonesia. And last but not least, also to the Honorable guests and audience today. Okay, before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes here. Today's session is being live streamed on the Universitas Tekom YouTube channel. And for today's event, we will start with Indonesia national anthems and continue with the opening speech by Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso as a regular obstacle to the university. In the next session, we will begin main event presentation by our special guest for today and continue with the Q&A session. Take a picture for documentation unless time is closing. Okay, first we will sing our national anthems for the operator today. You can start. Thank you. Okay, next we will invite the most responsible person to the stake to conduct this skill international event to give opening speech. Yeah, for Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso, the time is yours. Thank you.
Kedengeran suaranya loh?
Iya Pak, kedengaran.
Good morning and good afternoon to all of you joining us from around the world. And on behalf of STEKOM University, I would like to extend my warmest greetings to all our distinguished speakers, industry experts, academics, and enthusiastic participants from all around the world. And my special welcome and thanks to our honorable speaker, Gayathri, Assistant Professor, Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science from St. Joseph Institute of Technology, India, and Dr. Adila Ismail, Senior Lecturer, Communication Department, Faculty of Business and Communication, University of Malaysia, Paris, Malaysia, and Anchit Jhamb, Assistant Professor, Department of Business, Handicraft Group of College, Jhanjeri, India, and Mr. Jogatama Purhita, M.Ds, Lecturer, Visual Communication Design Department from STEKOM University, Indonesia. We are truly honored by your presence and grateful for your willingness to share your expertise and experiences in today's meaningful international webinar. It is my great honor and privilege to officially welcome all of you to this international webinar with the title Business Ethics and Digital Responsibility in the Age of AI. On behalf of the entire academic community in STEKOM University, we are grateful for your participation and commitment to discussing this timely and significant topic. And as we know, AI today, we are now living in this era. We are no longer says that AI is like a concept or the futuristic things in the future, but we are now inside in this era of AI. These technologies of artificial intelligence dynamically become the reality to shaping our industries, economics, education, even our daily lives. And many questions about the data privacy, about the algorithm bias and accountability and digital rights now becoming and increasingly it's becoming urgent topic and more complex. While at the same time, AI has opened doors to many innovation and efficiency, but it also brings serious ethical challenge. For example, the data privacy, the algorithm, the accountability, the users' rights, and these issues we need to discuss not only in the technical solution, but also in the ethical foresight, as human as the center of the design, and have a sustainable responsibility for many leaders of the company or the institution. And combined with the business ethics, the moral principle in the business setting, company reputation, and some of them is the success of the company. It's also must be promote. It's also must have a standard and values and transparency and honesty in this business ethics area and ecosystem. So this business ethics more and more invaluable for company. It attracts and retains customers, investors, and partners. unethical behavior can severely tarnish a company image, resulting in financial losses and diminishes trust. So today, customers and stakeholders demand ethical conduct from business. Customers, stakeholders seeks the transparency and fairness in the operation, in their perception are often they are often amplified through a social media platform. And so the business ethics also have a role in changing a company reputation. How is the company positively work at the positive works environment and contributing to the social for long-term and sustainable, and we have a strong good habit culture to make sure the investor and the relationship with the government established with the long-term and sustainability. And the broader impact of the ethical practice can be in the local communities, involving the human rights, and even in the global business landscape. So that's why we have many details, things to discuss from this today's international webinar. And I invite you to all participate actively in today's session, whether you are students or a professional. Let this webinar, international webinar, become a catalyst for our development. And we also can build networks, share our opinion, reflection, and ask questions, and so we can get the meaningful knowledge and inspiration. And finally, once again, I would like to extend my thanks to all our speakers for their generosity in sharing, and also to the international department that organizing this international webinar. Thanks for your dedication, and also to thanks for all the participants for your presence and patience. With that, I'm pleased to declare this international webinar open officially. May it be fruitful, engaging, and transformative experience for everyone. Thank you, and I wish you all successful and enriching webinar.
Okay, thank you very much for the conduction, Dr. Joseph. And we will go to the main event presentation. Yeah, for our audience, if you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat, or you can raise your hand. We will able to answer some of the during the Q&A session after each presenter already presentation. And today's session, each presenter will have about around 30 minutes for the time of presentation. Now, please welcome our first presenter. Welcome to the Honorable Mr. Jogatama Purhita from STEKOM University, Indonesia. The time is yours. Thank you. Maaf Pak, suaranya nggak ada.
Tes tes. Okay.
Ada.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Honorable Rector Universitas Sains dan Teknologi Komputer, STEKOM University, Mr. Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso, distinguished speaker, respected moderator, organizing committee, and all participants. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to speak at this important seminar. It's truly an honor to be part of discussion that is not only timely, but also deeply relevant to the future of business and society. As we all know, artificial intelligence is no longer just supporting business. It is shaping it from how we hire and manage employees to how we understand customers and make decisions. AI is becoming a silent yet powerful force behind the scene, but with great power comes great responsibility. So today, I'd like to invite you to reflect with me on a crucial question. What happens to ethic fairness and human dignity when machines begin to make decisions that were once made by people? Let's begin to discuss. AI versus human values in business decision making. In today's digital age, business are rapidly embracing AI to increase efficiency and accuracy in decision making. From streamlining recruitment to evaluate employee performance, AI systems are now embedded in many human resources processes. But as we hand over more decision-making power to machines, especially decisions that deeply affect people, career, and livelihood, we must pause and ask: are we still being human-centered in our business practice? Can a machine trained only on data and numbers truly understand human complexity like empathy, effort, personal circumstance, or growth potential? This leads us to a critical dilemma. Should we allow an algorithm to determine who gets hired, promoted, or fired without human oversight? And if we do, what happens to fairness, transparency, and dignity in the workplace? The major ethical question arises: is it appropriate and fine for humans to be evaluated that are even dismissed by machines? One of the most well-known examples for AI in workforce management comes from Amazon Fulfillment Center. Here, AI algorithm track its workers' speed and efficiency, such as how many packages they sort per hour. This data is used to make real-time performance evaluation. If an employee productivity drops below the algorithm expectation for a certain period, the system may automatically issue warning or even termination notice without any human manager stepping in to review the context. The ethics concern is clear. What if the low performance was due to illness, physical fatigue, or personal issues? A machine cannot recognize this human factor. This example highlights the danger of relying solely on AI for human-centered decisions. Efficiency must be balanced with empathy and fairness. Ethical dilemma. One of the most well-known example of AI and workspace management comes from Amazon fulfillment centers. Here, algorithm track its worker speed, efficient, such as how many packets they sort per hour. This data is used to make real-time performance evaluation if unemployment productivity drop below the when humans are seen on the as data point, productivity, short cost, screen time, or daily output, value as empathy, loyalty, good intention, or personal struggle are often ignored. EA cannot or not yet fairly evaluate these emotional and social factors. Ethical dilemma, another ethical dilemma, lack of social context. Let's we talk about two major ethical limitations of AI when applied to human decision making. First, there is the lack of social context. AI systems simply process data. They can tell when someone's performance is dropping, but they do not know why, what is due to illness, family issues, mental health struggles. The personal realities are invisible to the algorithm, and yet they are crucial in fair and human decision making. Second, the risk of unfairness in decision making. AI learns from data, and if the data contains bias, the model will replicate and even amplify them. For instance, historically, a company promote more extroverted workers or for graduates from certain universities. The AI may learn to continue that pattern, even if it is unfair or discriminatory. So, when AI promise objectivity and efficiency, without careful oversight, it can lead us to automated injustice. Another critical concern is the lack of transparency in AI systems. In many companies, employees do not actually know how they are being evaluated. They might receive warning, performance review, or even termination without ever realizing that an algorithm was behind the decision. This opacity creates confusion, fear, and distrust. It also violates the basic principle of fairness and accountability. In human-centered system, people have the right to understand what standard they are being measured against, and to question or appeal decisions that affect their livelihood. But with black box AI system, this right can disappear. And when people are judged by system they cannot see or understand, we must ask, where is the justice? Where is the responsibility? Develop the principle of fairness and accountability. The social risk of using AI in the workplace go beyond just technical issues. They affect the very fabric of human relationship within organization. First, there is a decline in trust between workers and management. When employer feel watched and judged by machine, without clarity or finance, it feels on emotional distance. Second, constant monitoring and algorithmic evaluation often lead to higher level of stress and anxiety. People may feel like they must perform for the system rather than for meaningful collaboration or growth. And third, there is the further dangers of losing the essence of humanism in business. When business decisions are driven solely by data, efficiency, and automation, value like compassion, dignity, and understanding begin to erode. This risk reminds us to while AI can help us work smarter, it must not come at the cost of our humanity. To address the ethical challenge of AI and business, we must adopt thoughtful solutions rooted in human dignity and fairness. The first is the human in the loop approach. When AI can help process data to suggest outcomes, the final decision should remain in human hands. This ensures that empathy, context, and moral reasoning are part of the judgment, especially when decisions affect people's life and career. The second is transparency in evaluation system. Employees have the right to know how they are being measured, what data is being used, what performance indicator matter, and to request clarification or challenge unfair outcomes. These two principles, human oversight and transparency, are essential if we want AI support ethical, just and human-centered business practice. Continuing with ethical approach, two more important strategies can strengthen responsible use of AI in the workplace. First, we need regular AI ethics audits. Company must review how their AI system evaluates people, what data is being used, whether bias exists, and whether the outcomes are fair. Just like financial audit, ethical audit help maintain transparency, trust, and accountability. Second, we should implement a multidimensional assessment approach. Relying only on numbers, such as performance score or loss in kind, gives an incomplete picture of a person. It should combine quantitative data with human insight, such as interview, peer feedback, and contextual evaluations. This ensures that decisions are more balanced, inclusive, and fair. In the end, ethical AI not just about the technology. It's about how we choose to use it with responsibility and compassion. As we close, let us remind ourselves, AI is powerful tools, one that can streamline processes, reduce costs, and unlock new opportunities. But when it comes to decisions that affect people, their dignity, their career, or their life, technology only is not enough. There must be clear ethical boundaries to guide how AI is designed and used. Human value, empathy, fairness, responsibility must never be overshadowed by machine logic. the future of business is not just about being smarter with technology. It's about wiser with humanity. And that is the key to build organizations. They are not only efficient, but also ethical, trusted, and sustainable. Okay. The next we can discuss about this topic and the next time. Okay, Novita, I'm finished with my presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation, Mr. Eddie. And we have some question from participant. Yeah, for first question, how can business ensure ethical decision making when delegating tasks to AI system that operate with limit transparency? The question already read in the Zoom chat. Thank you. Suaranya masih ke mute, Pak.
Sekarang? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. The first question is, how can business ensure ethical decision making when delegating tasks to AI system that operate with limited transparency? This is great question. Thank you. Ensuring ethical decision making when using AI system with transparency requires a multi-layer approach to combine the technology governance, human oversight, and organization value. Don't let AI decide alone. Yeah? Keep human oversight in critical decision points, especially when decisions affect people like hiring, credit scoring, or termination. Design workflow where AI makes recommendations, but humans have the final say. To ensure context, empathy, moral reasoning are part of decision-making process. We can use algorithm transparency and explainability. If you cannot explain it, you should do not deploy. Use models that are interpretable whenever possible. For example, decision trees like log regression for high spec decision. For complex model like deep learning, implement explainability tools to help ensure understand why certain outcomes were produced. Or the last you can use ethical AI audit and impact assessment. Perform internal or third-party ethic audit to check for bias, discrimination, and just outcome. Run AI impact assessment before deployment to anticipate risk to privacy, fairness, and human rights. You can use frameworks like IEEE ethical aligned design or Europe AI guidelines to audit regularly. with AI like financial system, especially for this case, for example. Okay. The last, yeah, you must transparency towards stakeholders, yeah. Employees and customers should know when AI is involved, yeah. Clearly disclose when AI systems are being used, especially in hiring, surveillance, and personalization. Provide users with accessibility information about what data is collected, how it used, what fact they have to object or appeal. Okay, that's the first question we can I can answer. No.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for answering. Yeah, I hope this answer will be beneficial for our participant. And then we will go to the second speaker from Ms. Gayathri as an Assistant Professor, Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science from ST Joseph Institute of Technology. The time is yours. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good afternoon to everyone joining us across the globe. It's my great privilege to welcome you all this international webinar on business ethics and digital responsibility in the age of AI. And now I'm sharing my PPT screen. Shall I?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm Gayathri from St. Joseph Institute of Technology, working as assistant professor. To be honored to be a part of a globally discussion of such an important topic nowadays. In our daily life, we are cope up with this. And in today's rapidly evolving digital transforming, it's not only a transforming the world, it's transformed how we work, think, even make decisions everywhere. So I will share my presentation. Have you all clear? Okay. So this is our topic today. So what is AI? We know that everything. So these are all the table of contents which would like to discuss. What is AI? Examples and how AI changed the world. Evaluation of AI, different types and main branches and top models. The dawn smarter tomorrow, that is AI, and what is business ethics and ethical uses of AI, transparency, fairness, and bias in AI systems, data privacy, global ethical frameworks, sustainable and social responsible that AI developments. So, what is AI? We know everybody. We know. So, in our daily life, making everyday task easier and smarter through AI. As AI become more integrated into our daily lives, from business decision makings to hiring, marketing, healthcare, business, wherever. So this is a main part of AI. Okay. So this helping doctors, teachers, farmers, workers with better tools, connecting the people through language also. So artificial is not natural intelligence, that ability to understand what we have. Okay, so what we are thinking in our mind, it comes under that capability of machine to imitate intelligence, that human behavior, right? So creation of intelligence is nothing but nothing like human, how we react. So that is a main thing we discussed. Okay, so how we are having a AI in customer service and AI in HR, that resume screening, customer service in chatbots, AI in marketing, targeted ads, like how we are having a marketing field, and finance fraud detections, everything. So ethics, what is ethics? Doing what is right, not just what is profitable, right? So we have to follow the ethics everywhere. So AI ethics make sure the technologies in AI fair, transparency, and accountable, respectful of privacy, dignity, everything. So what is AI now? AI quietly powers the convenience we rely on. It's not just a technology, it's a digital companion transforming the way we live, work, and do our choice. Okay, so let's take a moment to reflect on how deeply AI is woven into our daily lives, often so that we don't even notice it. When you get into a product recommendation while online shopping, when Google Maps reroutes with a less traffic, when your phone locks using facial recognition. So, but AI is not just a tool anymore, it's become a kind of digital companion for us. It learns from our behavior and live, work, and think. Everywhere is AI. So, AI is transforming in various fields like healthcare, through diagnosing the treatments and education, it through personalized learning. In farming, it boosts up the crop yield and predicts the uh, tools. Okay, predicts everywhere. So whether it predicts through the tools to identify the good or bad weather condition. So AI is connecting people by bridging the language barriers, preserving cultures, and advancing communication through technology with real-time translators. AI fosters understanding the across communities to create the world where knowledge and ideas can be shared. So it will learn something. So healthcare, by democratizing technology, it empowers the AI. Startups, communities, and tools. Once a small rural school can now use the AI powered learning platforms to deliver the personalized education nowadays. The local clinic can use AI tools for remote diagnosis. A farmer in a remote village can access the real time crop and weather data. So, AI empowers individuals, startups, educators, and even low income communities, turning them from passive users of technology into active innovations. But this only works if we deployed AI ethically and inclusively, ensuring the no one is left behind in the digital race. That's why a responsible AI is all about sharing progress, not concentrating power. Okay, so next, the evaluation of AI. We know that in 1980s, expert systems were made. Their computer programs designed to mimic the decision making's ability to human, but they were later replaced. So second AI winter period of decreased funding and interest. Modern times now we are having a so much of development in evaluation of AI. IBM 1970, 1997, 2011, there's a natural language with a complex questions solved. And 2011, Apple released Siri robot, a built-in voice controlled personal assistants available for Apple users. 2014, a computer algorithm claiming to be a 13-year-old boy called Egan Booth passed the Turing test, managing 33% of human judges at a Royal Society event. So, the evolution of modern AI from 20 to today. So OpenAI's various GPTs were the first introduced in May 2020 was in beta testing in June 2020. The language model generates text by adopting algorithms that are pre-trained already. Sophia robot also 2016, the first robot citizen in our evolution of AI, and Alexa released by Amazon that develops into smart speakers functioning as a personal assistant. So in this, today the rest is history. We are making and breaking today with AI. So this is the evolution of AI, which I have shared everything to you. So early AI focused on logic and symbolic reasoning. So now as we have discussed all these evolutions of AI, nowadays ChatGPT is a very powerful AI. Whatever we are asking, right? Global AI market is expected to grow and reaches USD 1.81 trillion by 2030. How will AI change the world nowadays? Okay, these are all the technologies and tools in AI. The AI technology includes machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision, robotics, and expert systems. So what is the tools like sensor flow? Okay. Tools like TensorFlow, PyTorch, Keras, OpenCV, developing AI applications, Jupyter Notebook, Colab, so everything are moving forward with this. So these technologies and tools enable machines to learn, see, understand, and make decisions, powering innovation across industries like healthcare, finance, as we discussed earlier, everything, everywhere. So different types of AI. So what are all the types we know? Reactive machines, with us, reactive machines, basic AI system. The systems don't learn and adapt, they only respond to the current situation based on this preset rules, already predefined data sets. Okay, a perfect example is IBM Deep Blue, the famous chess playing computer that beat world champion Gary Kasparov in 1997. It was incredibly fast and able to analyze the thousands of potential moves in a second. It had no memory of past games. So this is a great starting point to explain how far the AI is evolved since then, system to learning. So next, limited memory can use past data to make better decisions, common in modern AI, like self-driving cars, Tesla. So we know next level of AI is called limited memory AI. So these systems are capable of looking back and past of data. So self-driving cars, sensors, GPS, previous driving experience to navigate the traffic, detect obstacles, and avoid accidents also. We see the car that it slow down at a particular curve on earlier stripes. So in this way, the AI helps a lot. Theory of mind. So AI that understand the emotions, beliefs, and social clues still in development and not yet implemented. So this type of AI goes beyond the data and decisions. The main aim is to understand the people language, their emotions, intentions, and social interactions. So just like we adjust our behavior with someone is sad or angry, the theory of mind would do the same. And like frustration or confusion also, it used to respond in our future AI. Imagine a robot teacher that notices when a student is struggling or a healthcare assistant that offers the comfort during a stressful diagnosis. This level of AI raises the ethical manner. Questions like should a machine stimulate the empathy? Can I be trusted with the human emotions? They are the crucial points for digital responsibilities nowadays. So final one is we reach most advanced and most debate level of AI is self-aware AI. With a self-aware AI, advanced AI with its own consciousness and awareness exists only in the theory as of now. So shall I proceed with this? For example, in Bollywood, there is a film like Endiran. So from there, this type of AI doesn't just process the data, it doesn't understand the emotions, right? Okay. So I uh, we have think of movie Endiran, other iRobot. We can take it iRobot film. Just we can take it as an example. Is a best example, I think. So that robo has some emotions. When the emotions comes in involving the robo, that time it changes a lot, doing illegal activities. Okay, so when he start feeling love and jealous, or AI voice in that movie, that ethical implications are huge. So AI becomes a self-aware. Would it have rights? Could it make independent decisions, or should it be handled accountable? So these are all some of the strategies, emotions which are identified. That is comes under the self-aware AI. So that movie, whenever the AI moving forward with the legal actions, it's good. But when it comes under the emotions, it start doing the illegal activities like disturbing the public. Okay, so because of the emotions with AI. So that is the best example of AI. So when we say ethics in the context of business and AI, we are talking about the principle and values that guide our decisions. So those who decisions are made by algorithms, not an humans. So in traditional business, ethics focus on being honest with the customer, treating employees fairly and following the laws. AI can make decision by its own. It can be biased with us without us realize it. This AI without ethics, that is the best example from I would have taken from the Bollywood movie. So iRobot is a best example, as you know that, I hope. So business ethics and digital responsibility in AI. So business ethics, principle and moral values that guide the behavior and decision making of individuals and organization in the business world. So employers can treat properly by the employee. So honesty, fairness, and societal expectations, we have to give the freedom to work there and best workplace to work there. So fair treatment of employees and customers, it's very to do follow the business ethics in an organization. So environmental responsibility is very much important when you are when you are adapting a place where we are working. So we have to adapt the environment with the people, those who are working in the same organization. Honesty is also the main categorical role in advertising and communication to overall the this one. Avoiding corruption in the business. So that is a legal way to proceed wherever in AI. Okay. So this is the examples of AI. Examples I will take. I have taken virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa. Virtual assistants, whether you ask Siri to set an alarm or tell Alexa to play your favorite music song, it will automatically we have listed something. These assistants are limited memory, right? limited memory that learn from your behavior and it responds again. The smart homes like turning light off, adjust the thermostats, or even ordering groceries. AI isn't just in labs or big industries, it's a part of our daily lives, like Alexa. So facial recognition, it's a unique facial features like the distance between your eyes or the shape of your jaw. So this distance, we can identify or you are verify that your face matches with the stored profiles already pre-trained. Okay. So this is a facial recognition used in security purpose wherever we are having the CCTV or phones or airports, uh, wherever for identify verifications. So it is calculated the pixels of from your message images and it will verify all those things. And chatbots. Chatbots we know nowadays ChatGPT and service the bots that 24/7 queries. So how will revolutionize life as we know it? In healthcare, our AI will detect disease like earlier predictions, personalized treatments, and assistant surgeries, making healthcare faster and more accurate. Education-wise, it's learning paths, real-time feedbacks, and global access to quality education. So transport, Tesla, we know self-driving cars, AI traffic system will make travel very safe and comfortable journey. Job and industry, automation will handle repetitive tasks while human focus on creative and strategy, redefine the workforce. Okay. Security and surveillance, facial recognition will enhance the safety and crime detections. Though it raises concern about the privacy and misuse, we know authentication. Authentication is must for all the places wherever we are moving. So when we want to access by unauthorized access or user, it will be identified easily nowadays. Communication is real-time language translation like LLM through LLM large language models in AI. They are moving fast in our global collaboration. Okay, AI based on functionality and capabilities like reactive missions. Reactive missions that respond to the current input, limited memory that learns from the past data. From the memory, it can access all those things. Self-aware AI, the most advanced form, which is hypothetical, where AI poses the consciousness and self-awareness. So theory of mind to understand the emotions and intentions, self-aware AI, which is hypothetical and which poses consciousness or understanding itself and others for advanced decision making. So continuing that, capabilities or narrow, weak AI or narrow AI, strong AI or general AI. So these are all the capabilities of AI. Super AI is a surpasses human intelligence in every aspect, creative wisdom and emotional intelligence, as I said previous example. Influence of AI. So Alan Turing laid the foundation of Turing test. John Mac, he's the father of AI, coined the term and developed. So these are all they are all influences of AI. So Fifi Lilly and Andrich Karpathy revolutionized computer vision with the ImageNet. So Alan Turing is who imagined the idea of thinking long before computers exist as we know them today. In 1950s, test whether a machine could demonstrate intelligent behavior equivalent or indistinguishable from that of a human. So that this idea is not only for technical, it is deeply ethical and philosophical manner. It makes us to ask. So even today, Turing test is a key, is a reference point, is discussion about the ethical boundaries in AI development. So, but what should we do? Can we ask next John Mac, the father of AI? It just built a AI named 1956. So it is second oldest high-level language programming. So these are all they are the influencers of AI. Okay. Next, digital responsibility. So what is digital responsibility? Digital responsibility, how we are using AI in different ways and through how moral support we are giving, how ethically we are following digital. Okay. One sec. Okay. So digital responsibility is so how we are moving to our industries and protect the human rights, uphold the fairness and ensure the trust and all. So this means government creating the laws. This means government creating some laws, companies building responsible and individuals understanding the technologies. AI becomes not a threat but a tool for inclusive, safe and sustainable progress. So these are all the digital responsibilities. So how we design, use and govern technology in a way that is ethical, inclusive and accountable manner. So next, in the age of AI, digital responsibility becomes even more important because AI systems make now decisions that directly affect the people lives, like hiring, healthcare, education, finance, and even legal judgments. One major area is data privacy. AI thrives on data, but who owns the data? Is it collected with a consent? Is it being protected? We don't know whether the ChatGPT will give us the accurate data. We don't know. The second pillar is fairness. So digital responsibility mainly concentrate on data privacy, fairness, transparency. So these are all the digital responsibility we should take whenever we are handling the AI in a digitally. Okay. So fairness, AI learns from the human data, and unfortunately, human data can contain bias. A well-known example is Amazon AI hiring tool that ended up favoring male candidates over equally qualified men. So we know that bias in the data can lead um, confusing in AI, right? AI, Amazon's AI hiring tool that only take up the gender based on the gender. Yes. I'm gonna ask a question. Is ethical for companies to use influence consumer behavior through personalized advertising or predict algorithm? Where should the line be drawn? Yes, we have to follow the ethical rules in a companies to use the AI. Of course, we have to follow through personalized advertising. Yes, of course, wherever we are using, we have to follow the rules. Novita is where should the line be drawn? So we have to wherever we are moving to predict the algorithms. We are not. We cannot imagine. Okay, so that time we should be conscious more and more. We should be conscious more and more. So whenever we are in the responsibility to follow the rules. So what role should corporate governance play in overseeing the ethical deployment of AI in business operations? So Yes, of course, that corporate should play a vital role in our business world. So how the operations are ethically deployed in a way is hiring the people is very important in a corporate. Okay. So governance play in overseeing the ethical deployment of AI in business operations. So should be there a global ethical standards for yes, of course. Yes, we have global ethical standards for AI in business, or should companies are have to? No. We have to follow the legal forms, and we have to ethical some standards are there. Okay. So I will discuss in the later slides the standards. A real-time case studies I have taken, some 2 or more case studies I have taken for you to share. I will share. Okay, next. These are all the main branches we are mainly focused in the AI. So AI model, we are AI wisely, fair and safely, while protecting the rights of individual. That digital responsibility is very safe. Okay, so these are all the branches of AI. And listen, machine learning, we know computer vision, natural language processing through LLM, large language models, and robotics and expert systems. These are all main branches of AI. Nowadays, we are moving together. Top models of AI. So what are all the top models we know or we have come across nowadays? GPT, generative pre-trained transformer by OpenAI, which power applications like ChatGPT. So nowadays, recently I heard, I have read the news, MIT news. Okay, Chennai, MIT. I can't remember MIT news. ChatGPT, when compared to the previous generation, younger generation, previous generation, they have a sharp mind and a cognitive mind or outstanding. So compared to this generation, it was totally down. The thinking, because why? Because of ChatGPT, the thinking is very low. Okay, compared. So that research proved when we are ChatGPT, this generation using is very cognitive thinking is down. Okay. So I hope how many of you heard this news? I don't know. Ethical AI model has strength, but digitally responsible to determine how wisely we use them. Each AI model has a
My
different
apologies,
strength.
ma'am. Yeah, for the duration presentation, still have around 5 minutes again.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you. Just for
Yeah,
inform.
sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. Sure. So these are all the applications I would like to share. And okay, AI next revolution, next leap. This is a AI revolution is marked by deeper integration. So these are quantum computing. This leap isn't just technical; it's transformational, shaping a future where AI empowers humanity like before. So as of now, this is my presentation. Uh, thank you all.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for your presentation. And we have some questions from participant already read in the Zoom chat. Yeah, for first question, is it ethical for company to use AI to influence consumer behavior through personalized advertising or predictive algorithm? Where should the line be drawn? Thank you.
Uh,
The question already read in the Zoom chat also.
Zoom chat. Okay. Forecasting or predicting. One sec. Global ethical standard. The question number is 3, right? Or 2? Yes. So we should follow the ethical rules for all wherever we are, even a startup, also we have to follow the business ethics. So how we treat it, overseeing the ethical deployment of AI in business operations. So we have to follow everywhere. So the question is right, a third or second? Ethical for companies to use AI to influence consumer behavior? Yes, of course. It depends on the consumers. We have to getting more profit, right? So as we are producers, we have to understand the uh, predictions of consumers when we are having a AI part, when we are moving together AI part. So we need to what machine language and so many algorithms of nowadays to predict like machine learning algorithms we have to follow. We have to implement the rules and we have to follow those. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for answering. I guess no one else asking again, ma'am.
The question is asking again. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And we will go to the third speaker for Mr. Anchit Jhamb as an assistant professor to Department of Business from Kandika Groups of College. The time is yours. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you, ma'am.
I hope I am audible and visible also.
yes.
Thank you. So, a very warm good afternoon to all the listeners over here. And first of all, a big thanks, a heartfelt thanks to STEKOM University for providing me such a great platform and allowing me to share my knowledge, my experiences with AI on this platform. So, first of all, I would also thanks Dr. Eddie and Dr. Gayathri for making my path easy to make you all guys understand that how business ethics and digital responsibility is important in this age of AI. Also, yes, being into the education field, AI has occupied a major portion. Being a faculty, being a student, AI has occupied the major contributions in the field. And nowadays, it's look like that it's not about food, shelter, clothing. AI is same as of importance. Uh, Hereby, I start with my presentation. And possibly, I hope I'll not make everyone bored. No, because listening again on the same thing from me can actually be. I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes.
Let me just put it into the slideshow. Again, ma'am, please, if you can confirm my presentation is visible and the slides are moving. Okay. So, okay. So as we all know, we are over here to discuss on the topic business ethics and digital responsibility in the age of AI. Let me start with a very funny concept. It cannot be a funny concept, but yes, few years back, uh, our own favorite Marvel hero, Spider-Man movie, it was dedicatedly said, with the great power comes a great responsibility. So with the great power comes the great responsibility. It actually means now, with the power of AI, you have a major responsibility because you cannot destroy the society. You cannot destroy the human civilization. Because once you are on a path, or once as an AI creators, we are on a path of destroying human civilization or destroying the society, there is no comeback. There is no comeback. And it is said, someone rightly said, we are the first generation to teach machines how to think, and maybe the last to remember what it meant to be fully human without them. There are many areas, there are many phases where AI has been taken as a course of discussion, a course where it has been found that AI can produce malfunctions to the society. But if used wisely, if taken care wisely, if help the society, AI can play a bigger and important role in developing and promoting the human civilization. And this thing, to be synced in, we should sync in with the thing that from the smartphones in our pockets to the algorithms that decide what news we read, whom we date, yes, whom we date, even to get a loan. AI isn't changing businesses, it's changing us. We actually are becoming, dependent on AI. We try to, share our load to AI. It looks fantasized that we are sharing our load to AI or we are sharing our load with AI, but it actually is important to understand that we are becoming dependent on them. And morally, it becomes the responsibility of the businesses that if a person, if the society is becoming dependent upon you, if the society is trying to share its load with AI, it should not, undergo any kind of unethical practices in the digital world. And if it happens, the society will face a bigger issue, which was actually very well guided by Dr. Gayathri in its area. As we deeper into the fourth industrial revolution, we are not just writing codes, we are writing values. And with this new age, ethics is not optional, it's fundamental. So we should actually be arguing that how well we are deploying the ethics. There was one question actually on deployment of ethics also. So yes, very rightly, the whomsoever made the question, you were very right that deployment of ethics is very much necessary, and the industries, the businesses should understand that it is a line to be drawn that how we are seeking the human civilization. So these are the few things which I would be talking about, like key ethical challenges, foundations of business ethics, legal and regulatory practices, corporate responsibilities, and real-world applications. And if I go with the real-world application also, Dr. Eddy was very much right by saying that Amazon is the company, is the e-commerce website, which actually predicts that what you are going to purchase. And whenever you log in again into your account, you find those things only. Like you bought it yesterday, you bought it day before yesterday, last month, previous years. So it becomes very easy for the user also. Now everything has its pros and cons. For me as a user, I am into the grocery. I want to buy grocery every month. So I can just log in and I can reorder. So this is how AI is helping me out. But AI knows what I order every time, from which shops I order every time, why I am ordering that only. So it is also collecting the data. And if that data is sold to the competing or the competitors, they might earn money also. And here comes the unethical practices. So that thing should be controlled, that line should be drawn, that they should be self-regularized also. The companies, the businesses who are using AI or who wants to be the part of AI, they should be self-regularized. Because on international forums, on international platforms, there are many rules and regulations. Like in India, we have DPDPA. On European Union, we have GDPR. So there are many such kind of platforms which regulate the digital transformations from time to time. And looking at the developments, these transformations are also regulated time to time, changed time to time. But on and on, the pace of AI development is much greater than what the other business laws are being developed, or such forums are developing their laws, rules, and regulations. So coming to the foundations of business ethics and digital responsibility, ethical principles. See, it's a very underrated question that what is ethical? Is it like is that ethical? If my profit is affecting the individuals, is that ethical? And it should not seem like if I am smoking industry, or if my company creates cigarettes. Now that's the one point. I'm getting a bit off the track for the easy understanding. If my company prepares the cigarettes, right? Cigars, basically. And I open a cancer treatment hospital also. So that doesn't mean that I am ethical. it will never mean ethical. That doesn't mean that I am fulfilling my corporate social responsibility. So businesses, the forums, the stakeholders, they should understand that what ethical is and how ethical a business is performing, because sometimes non-profit organizations or non-profit able phase may help the society more rather than your profitable phase. So ethical principles are like, they are the grounds, they are the foundations, which helps a business to take the moral decision and helps to maintain the highest level of honesty, integrity, fairness, and respect for individuals and their rights. So, for digital responsibility concepts, ethical obligations of individual and organizations in the digital space, which I already said that the organizations like GDPR or DPDPA, they are responsible, but self-regulation is further more important, that you should know how ethically you are working and how your karmas or how your working culture is not affecting the other civilizations, the society as whole. And scope of AI in business ethics. I hope there is some message. Okay, after my presentation, I'll look on to the questions also. Uh, the scope of AI in business ethics include consideration of transport. Just a second. Now it's easier for me. So it is like scope. Yes, it is generating a major scope. Businesses are doing great competitions with each other. And I believe, like, there was one more question to Dr. Gayathri, that is it fair enough that AI is used to get the predictive analysis? I believe it, of course. Companies, they want competitive edge at every given point of time. If you are using that competitive edge for your benefit only, you are not selling off the data, that's fine. Use it. There is no issue in it. Because it's our also fantasy that I'm logging in and I need not to work more. I just want to find out what I bought last week, what I bought last month. AI is helping the companies to put it into my account. And that's not an issue. It should not be an issue. Rather, it's helping us. And coming up to the historical context, evolution of business ethics. So business ethics is as old as the businesses being introduced, whether it was a small startups, whether they are the big companies, the big giants, it doesn't matter whether you are a small company or you are a big giant. Ethics are the part. It's the soul of a business, that how ethical you are. And doing just CSR activities, it doesn't mean that you are ethical. Uh, Corporate social responsibilities are a different part, but being ethical is a different part. Development in digital responsibility is yes. Again, you should be responsible. Give the services, no matter. But the cost of service should not be the data being sold off. I didn't ask for any business to use AI. Being a customer, I never asked that. I never asked that. But you are providing me the service, that's okay. Provide me the service. But I never asked that. And it does not give any right to any business that you are going to sell my data. You cannot sell my data. That's not your right. And I was never ever asked for that. So a customer is never ever asked whether he should be AI tracked or not. A customer is never ever asked that whether we should log into your account and give you the required information. A customer is never ever asked, or its consent is never ever taken, that whether you should be tracked or not, whether our AI software should track you or not. I'm not giving any voluntary confirmation for that. But still, I am being AI tracked. I am being AI tracked. That's okay. But please, the companies, they should understand that if it is not the consent, that does not give them the right to sell off the data also. And now moving on to the next slide, the ethical challenges, data collection and usage. So that's the biggest problem. Data collection is very easy. Privacy maintenance is very easy. Every time we log on to any of the accounts, terms and conditions, we have to select it. And in the very small font size, it's generally mentioned that your data will be tracked and everything. We give it off. We give it a benefit of doubt. Okay, because I have to use a particular website, I have to select that terms and conditions. But that is not my consent. That's not my voluntary or free consent. That's just a consent. And these companies should understand, the businesses should understand, and it should only be used for their own personal development. Algorithm biasness, as such, the companies, they are not like, I should not say the AI is biased. It's the codes what we are writing, they are biased. It's said. Uh, and yes, in this slide, I would like to add a point. In a world driven by algorithms, because data collection and usage, consent management, that's a part of your or part of our algorithms also. So in a world driven by algorithms, integrity is the only firewall. So integrity, by integrity, I mean over here, uh, you should be good enough to understand that the consumers are trusting on you, and you should not break down their trust. So algorithms, Eddie, sir, welcome. I was just talking about you, the way you carried up the things of Amazon, that how beneficially it uses its AI. So earlier also, I thanked you for clearing my path on all these things. And identification of biases, it's your duty. It's the duty of the code writer to identify that how much biased he or she can be. So codes should be written into very fairness things, and the biasness should be avoided. Yes, because the AI is getting a human touch, biasness will be there. Some kind of mispractices would be there, but we should not blame AI. It's the complete and wholly solely responsibility of a business that how it is introducing and how it is using the AI. The transparency and accountability, it is very much required. See, execution of AI in a business is not a difficult task. It is a very easy task. It is one of the easiest tasks to execute, to implement, and to automate a business on the basis of AI. But what happens when anything goes wrong? What happens when a business is not able to defend itself? What happens if anything wrong happens to society because of our business? Then it comes the responsibility of the businessman. Then it comes the responsibility of the business to take an accountability that yes, it all happened because of me. It all happened because I was not able to execute it properly. And time to time, the auditing should be done, whether external or internal. Audits should be made, audits should be done, and it should be made clear that we are following the international guidelines or the guidelines, and we are very much transparent, and we are not into any kind of malpractices which can affect the consumers or the customers. Legal and regulatory, this is what I was talking about, GDPR and data protection laws. So it is very much necessary to understand that regulations, they are doing their own job. Governments, they are doing their own job. Society is doing its own job. It is you as a business who love to use AI, who love to use or introduce AI to the business as a whole, to attract more investors, to attract more customers, to attract more wealthy stakeholders, so that you can attract some more kind of investments. But the problem is, you have to take a stand. As a leader, you have to take a stand that whatsoever government regulations are there, it is of course necessary to follow them, but how well you are executing the things. So that's a more important part of the business. And further than that, future directions, yes, there should be some kind of changes in the global regulatory initiatives. Uh, it should be more of AI-driven regulations. It should be more of protecting the customer rights by the misuse of AI. And legal trends, yes, the legal frameworks should be reframed, and an understanding should be there that how the customers are to be protected. The customers, I would not say they are the king of the market. Yes, they are the profit drivers of the companies. And it does not mean that to milk away your profit, you can churn out anything from your customer. Nothing such of compliances should be there. The customers should be protected. It's their fundamental right. It's the basic right that their data should be protected, and they should feel protected. They should feel safe, and the data should not be misused. corporate social responsibility. Sustainability and public trust must guide innovation. Transparency isn't a feature, it's a foundation. So that's your responsibility. By your, I mean the business's responsibility that just in the name of corporate social responsibility, you can't do anything and everything and then recover it by doing that you are doing something good for the society. It should not happen like that. It is the responsibility of the business to understand that their customers should feel protected. They should be responsible enough, they should be sustainable enough that they must feel the customers are with them. The customers' loyalty is earned. The customers, they are staying with them in their bad phase also. So that's more important for a business. Corporate governance, a code of ethics. Uh, see, for a business, it becomes very much necessary to have a proper planning. If a proper planning is there, it will be much more easier for a business to understand that how the things are to be executed. And if the things are executed in a perfect manner, not perfect, actually nothing can be perfect, but if they are implemented as per the requirements or as per the decisions, then it becomes easier for a business even to take the further decisions also. And it also helps to generate the accountability also, that which person should be made accountable and or how equivalent of business as a whole is accountable for the complete formation or the execution of AI platform in their businesses. And ethics are very, very important. Yes, the next is stakeholder engagements, employee training programs, public awareness and trust, collaboration with the external partners. Uh, Employee training program basically means like the programs should be prepared in such a manner that the employees are being trained that what they are getting and what they are, how they have to treat their customers and how all these things integrated with the organizational performance should be taken care of by the employees. And when all these things, when the internal environment of a business is settled down, it becomes easier. The business becomes more confident and it becomes easier for a business to gain the trust of the customers. A real world application, I'm just putting up a kind of a cycle over here, but the Amazon example given by Dr. Eddy was much, much more important, impactful to understand that, yes, the factors like Amazon, and there can be, like, I was going through with the study of the future of AI. So I found out that even the air conditioners in your rooms will become AI generated. Like suppose you are using some Panasonic or some A by Z company's AC, they'll input some AI chip in that. And this will give the company a complete data that what were the timings when the AC was switched on, what were the timings when AC was switched off, what were the timings of for how long the AC was switched on, and how long this AC kept switched off. So for an example, I switched on my AC, like I come back from my office. I came back from my office and went directly into my room. I switched on the AC at like 7 in the evening, and from 7 till 10 or 12 in the night, the AC kept running, which means that the company has the data that from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m., this guy, keeps its AC on, which means, and the AC is running at like odd 16 degree, 18 degree, depending upon the humidity level or the heat and everything. So the summer environment and everything. So now this company has a data, like this person uses AC, the air conditioner from 7 p.m. till 12 a.m., which means at a point of time, he might be feeling cold because 18, 16 degree is quite normal that I might be feeling cold somewhere down the line. So they can sell this data to the quilt making company that sell or put Amazon ad in his account that if you feel cold by using the AC, use these quilts. These are AC friendly quilts. So such data can be prepared. And from every small things, the data can be prepared. Even you can have a chip installed in your refrigerators and the refrigerator will tell you, it will put an alarm that milk is getting down, vegetables are getting down, sauces are getting down, and you have to reorder them. Or make it compatible with your email IDs, it will reorder itself also. So everything, this is what how future ready we are to be. This is how future ready we have to be. Cars are getting driven by themselves. The bikes will also get driven by themselves. But for humanity, at every given point of time, it is very much necessary that human touch should be there. Ethical human touch should be there in every point of business, in every point of life. And with that all, I'll put my presentation to an end, saying that with my concluding remarks, I would say we are not passive users of AI. Uh, we are the architects, and we have a science to create an AI. If we fail to build ethical guardrails today, we risk becoming prisoners of the system. And what we are becoming actually, if you look into the education industry, we are actually becoming, the slaves or the prisoners of AI. AI will not replace humans, but humans with AI will replace those without ethics. Let us lead with integrity. Let us build with purpose, and let us always ask, is it ethical? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation, Sure. Yeah, and we have some question from participant. First, how can business avoid ethic washing, making superficial claim about AI ethic without real accountability or action? The question already read in the Zoom chat also. Thank you.
Uh, okay, questions for Mr. Anchit. How can business avoid ethics washing, making superficial claims about AI ethics without real accountability? Uh, how can business avoid ethics washing? See, this is what I already said. Uh, to prove yourself that you are good, you are right enough, you have a tool by the name of corporate social responsibility. You make cigars. Again, I'm repeating my example. You prepare cigars. That's one thing. It may sound ethically right. It may not sound ethically wrong. Let us assume it is ethically wrong to manufacture the cigars. But to prove I am right, to prove my ethics are intact, my integrity is intact, I'll open a cancer treatment hospital. So that's ethics washing. And such claims like, yes, if Amazon says, if Flipkart says, if any e-commerce website says, ki you bought this last month, and putting a message or email to my number that you are ending up with your stock, please buy it. That does not means that you are taking care of me. It simply means you are tracking me. And giving it a name of helping me out, you are tracking me, that's a superficial claim. And businesses should be accountable for this. I cannot be AI tracked. I cannot be AI trapped. And corporate social responsibility, the first question, how can businesses avoid ethics washing? Yes, in the name of corporate social responsibility, in the name of customer preferences, in the name of customer awareness, in the name of customer convenience, in the name of customer priority, in the name of customer helping, in the name of customer awareness, in the name of customer authenticity, in the name of customer validation, we can have ethics washing. I hope it satisfies the first answer. Next question says, what responsibilities do tech companies have in anticipating the long-term societal consequences of AI tools they commercialize? See, everything has its own, if you let us take one more example over here. Suppose I being or you being the person who has put the question, suppose you have a business of AI, and there's an AI tool which can create different photographs. You just put a prompt and it create a photograph for you. Now you released it into the market. It's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility that how the customer will use it. It is the understanding of a customer how I use it. Now, if suppose I use your AI tool and put some kind of morphing, I morph a girl's face and put some other girl's face and do some inadequate practices with that morphing AI tool, then Yes, it's my responsibility. I should be responsible enough. A company, uh, yes, a company's see, now there are two things. Number one, if you want to have a competitive advantage, you'll give the best of the best tools. You want the customers to be with you, and freemium facilities will be provided. But looking at the societal impacts or the consequences, uh, only those should be commercialized where if any pictography tools or morphing tools or such tools can be used, it should be have a limited usage. It should have a limited access. And yes, that can only be the thing with the limited access, with the limited usage, with the limited, uh, you know, with the complex AI algorithms to put it into the freemium category to make it impossible for the normal customer or the normal AI user to do something wrong with that. And the last question says, how can transparency and explainability be maintained in business processes driven by increasingly complex AI systems? With my concluding remarks, I already told that in every point of life, at every point of business, a human touch is necessary. And the point of transparency and explainability can only be maintained if there are human touches. If we, as a business, are not completely dependent upon AI, the cognitive thinking, the reasoning skills, the logical reasons, they should be the bread and butter for every human who is into the living society. So yes, transparency will become a quotient. I truly believe in that point. Uh, and transparency can only be maintained. Now, there are two things. I'll just conclude my everything in this question. There are two things. Number one is government regulations. Number two is self-regulation. So, government regulation, number one. Government regulation, we have every country, every economy has its own regulatory framework. Has its own regulatory framework. Like in India, we have DPDPA, and European Union, we have GDPR. So that's one thing. This helps the businesses to maintain transparency. It helps to protect the customers. The second is self-regulation. Uh, it should be the responsibility of a business as it is a whole that what they are serving to the customers, what they're serving to the society, it should be regularized that they should feel comfortable that yes, what they have served to the society, what they have served to the customers, or how they are treating their customers, it should be honest, a provision that what I am doing is not going to affect or put any kind of physical harm or mental harm or emotional harm to my customer or to my society. So self-regulation is very, very important. Thank you. I hope all the questions are answered. Any doubts? The questions can come up again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I guess no one else asking again. Yeah, before I close this event, for all participants, please open your camera. I will take a picture on the count of three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. Finally, we come to the end of the webinar today. We would like to thank you for all speaker for the excellent information and for sharing your knowledge. And this is information will be beneficial for all participants. Thank you for your participating in this event until end session. I hope we collaborate in the future with all of you. At least we have to have more collaboration in the future. The webinar for today and yeah, we have to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you so much.